If 9999 equals to x into 9 power a plus y into 9 power b plus z into 9 power c plus w into 9 power d, then what is the value of x plus y plus z plus w? Now if you look at the problem, you will understand that now we have to write the given number which is in the base of 10 in terms of 9, and when we write down whatever the answer we are going to get, that is nothing but the values of x, y, z, w. So first to write down number 9999 in base of 9, we have to see what is the maximum power we can go. We know that 9 to the power of 4 is 6561, and 9 power 5 will certainly greater than 9999. So our leftmost value will be starting with 9 power 4. How many times it will go in 9999? So we have written all the powers here: 9 power 4, 9 cube, 9 square, 9 power 1 and 9 power 0. Earlier to base 10 we are doing with respect to 10 power 4, 10 power 4, 10 cube, 10 square, 10 power 1 and 10 power 0. Since we are interested in base 9 now, it will be 9 power 4, 9 cube, 9 square, 9 power 1 and 9 power 0. Now what we will do, we'll take the number 9999 and we will see if I divide with 6561, how many times it will go and what will be the remainder. Now that remainder will take it forward to the next step. Then we will go to 9 cube, and like that we will continue with this till we go to the 9 power 0. So let us start. 9999 equals to 6561. One time it will go into 1, and what will be our remainder? 3438. So our leftmost digit is 1. We will write that afterwards. Now we will take 3438 and we will try to write it in terms of 729, that is 9 cube. How many times it will go? 4 times it will go, because 4 times you will give you 2916. 5 times will be 3645, which is more than 3438, and left out is 522. Now we will go to the next 522. We have to do with 81 now. 81, how many times? 6 times it will go, 486, and left out is 36. So remember the values we got is 1, 4, 6. Let's go now. 36, how can we write? With respect to 9, 36 equals to 9 into 4 plus 0. So what is left with us is 0. Now next we have to write 0 in terms of 1. So we can say 0 equals to 1 into 0 plus 0. Now let us see the values and try to place them. For 9 power 4 we have 1. For 9 cube we have 4. For 9 square we have 6. And for 9 power 1 we have 4, and 9 power 0 we have 0. So 9999, if you write it in base 9, its value will be 14640. Now these are the values of x, y, z, w. X is 1, y is 4, z is 6 and w is 4. If you want ABCD values, A is 4, B is 3, C is 2 and D is equals to 1. Let's do one more problem like this. Now we are going to convert them into base of 2. So let's start from 2 power 0 and go in higher powers and see where we can go to reach 148. 2 power 4 is 16, 2 power 5 is 32, 2 power 6 is 64, 2 power 7 is 128, 2 power 8 is 256, which is more than 148. So our leftmost digit will start with value with respect to 2 power 7. So let's write down that 2 power 7, 2 power 6, 2 power 5, 2 power 4, 2 power 3, 2 square, 2 power 1 and 2 power 0. Now we are writing 148 in base 2. 2 power 7 is 128. We'll just write down the values for our reference. 128, 64, 32, 16, 8, 4, 2 and 1. Like earlier what we did, we'll take the number 148 and start from left to right. Take first 2 power 7 and see how many times it will go. 148 is equals to 128 into 1 and the remainder is 20. So leftmost digit will be 1. Let's circle that and place 1 there. Then we will go to the next one. Next we have 2 power 6, that is 64. But 20 is less than 64. How can you write 20 in terms of 64? Simple. 64 into 0 plus 20, because 64 ones are 64 more than 20. So I don't want to multiply with that. So it will become 0 now. So our next value is 0. Let's take the 20 now, go to the next 2 power 5, that is 32. 32 into again same 0 plus 20, because 20 is less than 32. Again we got one more 0. Now let's go to, maybe next time we will find some value. Next we have 2 power 4, 16, which is less than 20. That's good. We can write it as 20 equals to 16 into 1 plus 4. That means for 2 power 4 we have to take the value as 1, because 16 ones are 16 plus 4. So we have 1 there. Then left out is 4. Now 4 in terms of 8 we have to write 4 equals to 8 into 0 plus 4, because 4 is less than 8. So it will be 0 again. Next we'll have 2 square, that is 4. 4 equals to 4 into 1 plus 0. So for 2 square we have the value as 1. And since we are left out with 0, 2 power 1 and 2 power 0 will be 0 only. Two square will be 1 and 2 power 1 and 2 power 0 will be 0 and 0. So the value of 148 in base 2 is 100, 10100. Now look at where we have 1 values, because that is what we need. One we have for 2 power 7 and another is 2 power 4 and another is 2 square. That means 148 can be written as 2 power 7 plus 2 power 4 plus 2 square. If you take the values of A, B, C, let us say A greater than B greater than C. In that scenario, we can say that A equals to 7 and B equals to 4 and C equals to 2. So in this session, we learned how to change a number into another base. Now, if you take our numbers, whatever we are working on, let us say we have 346, then we know that 3 into 100, 4 into 3 into 10 square, 4 into 10 power 1 plus 6 into 10 power 0. Now if you want to write it in another base, then instead of 10 square, it will be 9 square, 9 power 1, 9 power 0, 9 cube, 9 power 4 if you want to write it in base 9. If you want to write it in base 2, then it will be 2 power 0, 2 power 1, 2 square, 2 cube, like that. Now how to solve How to do that is just take the number and see in which base you want to write. In that base up to which power we can go so that we don't exceed the given number. Then start from there. That is your starting point, left to right. Reduce the powers. In this problem we have 2 power 7 is 128, 2 power 8 is 256. We can go max up to 2 power 7. We'll start from there. Then we will come 2 power 6, 2 power 5, 2 power 4 and see how many times we have to multiply with each one of them so that finally we can get the value of 148.